A win-win for both sides as the Houston Texans extend tight end Brevin Jordan through next season. Jordan was lost earlier this year due to an ACL injury costing him his season, but he was on the cusp of something really impressive, it feels like, with how he had evolved as a player coming into his own in the final year of his contract with this Texans team. We saw it at the end of last year. Brevin Jordan had a nice little breakout against the Cleveland Browns, and there were high expectations for him heading into this season in training camp. D'Amico Ryans was talking about how he almost daily shows clips of Brevin Jordan executing the way that they wanted the tight end to execute and demonstrating how they wanted the offense to operate. And then this from Bobby Slowick after the season got started, after the Indianapolis Colts win in week 1. Listen to Slowick praise and talk about what Brevin Jordan was on pace to do this season for the Texans.
I really think Brevin, from through the course of last season, took a massive step as far as just being a professional, like being an NFL player, and not just physically but mentally and everything that goes along with that. So he knew he had to get in his playbook. He knew he had to learn our scheme. But then he went to an extra step of, okay, how do I devote this extra time to taking care of my body? How do I devote this extra time to making sure on game day I'm 100%, I'm good to go, I'm looking fast? And he grew into that as the season went on, which I think everybody saw the way he played as the season went on. And then he carried that over into the offseason. And all he's continued to do is get better and better and better, even through camp all the way into this game. I mean, some of the run blocking clips he had in this last game were some of the best we've had since we've been here. And that's stuff he's been doing since training camp. So he's just embraced all phases of being an NFL player.
What Slowick's saying there, not just fluff, you could see tangible results of Brevin Jordan turning the corner. Training camp, the preseason, certainly the little bit of the regular season that he did play this season, it looked like Brevin Jordan was headed to the best year of his NFL career in a contract year. So for Brevin Jordan to suffer a season-ending injury, it makes sense that he'd be interested in sticking around one more year for the Texans. He knows the team. He knows his teammates. I can't imagine that the offense is going to be that drastically different. And you can tell the organization thought highly of what Brevin Jordan could be this upcoming season. So he gets an opportunity to rebuild his value, continue to be a piece that the Texans maybe will lean on in the tight end room. And if he has a successful season next year, the Texans can extend him, or he's going to hit free agency healthy after a successful season if it works out for him. For the Houston Texans, they've got a chance to keep their tight end room intact next season. All 3 players that they expected to be in the tight end room this season are under contract now for next season. Obviously, Dalton Schultz is in the second year of his contract extension that he received from the Texans. Cade Stover's in the second year of his rookie contract next year, and then Brevin Jordan got the 1-year extension. And for the Texans, if all goes well, those are your tight ends. And it eliminates tight end as a high priority that you'd be chasing, or even a medium priority that you'd be chasing. I wouldn't say that the Texans have to ignore the tight end position when it comes to free agents in the offseason, or maybe even a draft pick, but they don't have to prioritize it or put it in a medium priority slot because they've got not only Dalton Schultz and Cade Stover under contract who've played all this season, but they've now got Brevin Jordan, who they thought highly of heading into this season. Quick few seconds here from my friends at PrizePicks. PrizePicks, the best, easiest way to play daily fantasy. Get signed up now with my code Stoots, STOOTS. Play your first 5, win $50. You don't even have to win your first entry, but let's try to put a winner together at the end of this video. I'll see you then. And so if they wanted to bring in, say, a late round pick or undrafted free agents at the position that could maybe push Brevin Jordan or somebody else for a roster spot, remember, it's not out of the question the way that the Texans use the tight end position, that 4th tight end could be sort of a pseudo special teams fullback super tight end as opposed to just a tight end only. And then next season's potential for Brevin Jordan, it's pretty high. I like what Jordan was bringing to the table this season. If the knee injury doesn't drastically affect his ability to move and his athleticism at the position, Jordan is a guy that could become a mismatch nightmare and win over the middle of the field for the Houston Texans. Now, I don't know that he's going to come in and take a tremendous amount of snaps away from Dalton Schultz or Cade Stover, but getting him into the rotation, allowing the Texans to put a player out there that knows the team and that they trust, that could be a big step forward for not only the Texans, but Brevin Jordan in his quest to rebuild his value. Because remember, if he played this season and played well and the Texans hadn't extended him, he probably hits the open market next year as one of the highest touted free agents at the tight end position. So good move for Brevin Jordan, good move for the Houston Texans. And really the only downside would be if the injury doesn't treat Brevin Jordan well in recovery, but you can't foresee that when you do a contract extension here in December. But a good move for Brevin Jordan. He gets to stick around in a familiar place, a place where he was poised to have some success, and the Texans get to keep a familiar face, a player that they believed was poised for that impressive success. What say you? You like the Brevin Jordan deal? Let me know in the comment section down below on your way down there. Throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And please subscribe to the SNL Texans Talk channel. That link's in the description down below as well. Certainly appreciate you taking the time. Check that out. Myself, Landry Locker from the Locker Room, with plenty of Texans content over there. Of course, right here on the channel as well for you. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And can't wait until we talk Texans again soon. I told you we'd put an entry together. It's PrizePicks, the best, easiest way to play daily fantasy. Play your first $5. Get $50 when you sign up with my code Stoots, STOOTS. I love PrizePicks. It's just predicting more or less on given stats in a matchup. You can go across different sports as well. It's probably the best if I just show you. Let's put an entry together. So you've got the NFL tab. You got all this great stuff. You can go through all the different games. Let's go to this little calendar here. Let's get that Thursday night football game put together. Okay. Thursday night football. And first, I'm going to passing touchdowns. More for both of these quarterbacks. I like it to be a shootout. Now we're going to the people that are going to score those touchdowns. I feel like Sam Laporta's been red hot recently. Let's put the big tight end in here. And Jaden Reed, he's a rushing threat to get into the end zone. Not only is a passing threat as well. Look, you got the flex play where you don't even have to win all the pieces of your entry to win, but we're going to go with the power play on this one. A little Thursday night action. There's your first $5. You play that first 5, you get $50, and you don't even have to win your entry. Feel pretty good about our chances to win this one. Reed and Laporta to go more than half a touchdown, so to score a touchdown and then 2 passing touchdowns from Jared Goff and Jordan Love. I mean, feels like we'll get there, right? Right? We find out tonight. Appreciate you playing along with PrizePicks. Use that code Stoots, STOOTS. You sign up to play your first 5 and get $50 on PrizePicks. Thanks to my friends at PrizePicks. Best and easiest way to play fantasy.